Hello and welcome back to my video and channel. Last time we heard the story about Master Drukpa. So I will show you here in this picture. You can see Drukpa in a very majestic form, but wearing only yogic clothes, white cotton shawl and meditation belt in his body, and this is very yogic majestic style, so surrounded by other masters, and then there's a one disciple small in the picture, and can be Master Sangpa Gyare, receiving teachings from him. Okay, so today we're gonna talk more about Sangpa Gyare. Today we gonna talk about Master, the founder, the master, the first ever master of Drukpa lineage. So as you can see, this is Sangpa Gyare, and the painting of Sangpa Gyare. In his hand gesture you can see the turning the wheel of Dharma. That means he is ready for teaching, to give any teaching on Buddha's philosophy or Vajrayana teachings, etc. So he is wearing this very Kargyud hat, gomsha, we call gomsha. It's a bit like a moon, and he's having or wearing monk's robes and so on. So he's an ordained monk, not really yogi, but later he became fully ordained and a complete monk. So who is really Master Sangpa Gyare? He was actually born in Nyangtu. Nyangtu is nearby Yangtze in Tibet, central Tibet, Yangtze, and Ralung. So it's like a small remote area in Tibet. That time, he was born in the family who was the clan of in the past, how to say, escorted the queen, or princess or queen from China, Gyana Kongcho. We call Gyana Kongcho from China for Songtsen Gampo. He Songtsen Gampo took his queen from China, that time, so one of that how to say, escort fellow was the family of Sangpa Gyare. That means who really carried on their shoulder palanquin. In India we used to have palanquin. Similarly in China they used to have palanquin to carry queen and princess and kings and so on. So his forefather escorted Kimshin Kongcho to Tibet, and his forefather remained there in Tibet as a Tibetan, and then his clan was formed, or ever since that time lived in Tibet until Sangpa Gyare's time, and later on continued. So Sangpa Gyare was born in that family. That's why Tsang means the place of Tibet, Tsang, and Gya means that his how to say, family root is connected to China, and Re means who wears the cotton white shawl, yogic dress, so that's why Tsangpa Gyare. I hope you got it, the explanation of his name, so as I told you, he during the period 1161 to 1211, the later part of the 12th century and the earlier part of the 13th century, he lived around this period. As a child, there is also a story. As soon as he was born, his mother gave a birth to how to say, it's a kind of a round balloon, kind of a round child is covered with how to say, mother's fetus, kind of fetus, covered. It's kind of a ball, he was like, she gave this ball like baby, and she was quite astonished or afraid, scared too, and she left this ball shaped baby on that very place, and she ran away. She's scared, and her family a bit scared. Somehow one of the vulture, a vulture flew from far away, and then flew nearby, or let's say a vulture came to this very ball like child in one fetus, or how to fetus, and he that vulture, it guarded that ball like child, ball like child on the ground. He was guarding that child, actually vulture. And biographically used to say that vulture was the how to say, kind of emanation of great Siddha, Mahasiddha Lavapa. Lavapa was Indian master, so he came to guard in a vulture form the child, that no one could eat this ball of flesh or something like that. So he guarded until his uncle asked the mother of Tsangpa Gyare, where's the child, where you gave the birth? And she explained the story, and as soon as he heard the story, uncle rushed to that place, and he saw there was a ball of flesh, and one vulture who was guarding that, protecting that flesh ball. So he was really amazed at seeing that, and he tried to open it. When he opened it, then came out a very charming beautiful baby, who was actually going to be Tsangpa Gyare, the great first Drukpa master. So okay, so I'm not going much detail on his story, but I have to explain you some more. So as you can see, this Tsangpa Gyare, so this is, we call it one of the tanka of Tsangpa Gyare. Okay. So Tsangpa Gyare, this is me. So as you can see, picture a lady flying to Bhutan, Paro. Okay, so we will I will show you more pictures later on. So so we have to go further, into the Tsangpa Gyere's story. So Tsangpa Gyere was actually prophesied by Buddha himself that in the future a child will born and he will get enlightened and teach Dharma for all sentient beings. In the Manjushri Mula Tantra, one of the texts of Buddha, Manjushri Mula Tantra, in that very text also prophesied that Tsangpa Gyere will be born in Tsang, and so like that. And also Guru Padmasambhava also prophesied him that a child called Tsangpa Gyere will born in Tsang, and then he will establish Drukpa Kargyud lineage, so on. So he was really prophesied by these two very Buddhas in the past, or of the past. Okay, so Tsangpa Gyere is regarded as the reincarnation or emanation of Avalokiteshvara, the compassionate Bodhisattva. So he is regarded as and he took in the past also different reincarnations, like Dharma Shantarakshita. Shantarakshita, during the Guru Padmasambhava period, he born as a Shantarakshita who established monks ordained school in Samye in Tibet, and so who was really the pioneer of established Buddhism in Tibet. So there are many relations, it's all connected, it's kind of a network of reincarnations. So as you can see, okay, we should go further on Tsangpa Gyere. So Tsangpa Gyere had 7 siblings, and he was the youngest of them. And as a child, he was not ordinary, so an ordinary child. He used to teach other children, at the child time. He used to teach others on sitting on rock, and then others surrounding him, and then he used to teach the other children. Children is as a master, already. And he left many or some of his footprints on the rocks. He used to play and jump on the rocks, and then he left footprints, and till today you can see that footprints in Tibet. Okay, so he studied under many masters, like like Tatangpa and Khalungpa, early Kadampa masters, and he learned many philosophical texts and so on. So he learned really many of the Buddhist texts, and from masters like Ngokkunga and Dorseng, he received Vajrayana initiations and teachings. And at the age of 22, he mastered all the Buddhist, canonical texts and Vajrayana texts. At the age of 22, he mastered everything, and he became really a scholar and learned. And one time he, heard the name of Lingchen Repa, visiting his place. He was really, rejoiced, happy, after hearing that great yogi and master is coming, visiting to Nyangtu, where he was born, and he for the first time for a short while received teaching from the great Yogin master Lingchen Eba. For the first time he met his lifetime own or the lifetime master, his main master, for the first time in Nyangtu. And then later on he really wished to go to Lingchen Eba and want to receive more teachings from that master Lingchen Eba. He was really inspired blessed by that master. So he intentionally went to see his master Lingchen Repa at the place called Napu. Napu is like around maybe central Tibet, nearby central Tibet, and he met his master and teacher at Napu, place called Napu, and that master Lingchen Eba, who is holding two kind of main lineages of Kargyud. One is coming from Gampopa and so on, and one is coming from Rechungpa, Rechungpa. So he hold two lineages of Kargyupas, and he studied under his master for several years there, and he got every pit instructions, initiations, transmissions, guidance, whatever he had to teach. He taught to Sangbajere. Lingchen Eba gave every thing to Sangbajere and let him go to practice in the mountains, in the jungles. And then as a master's guidance, he went to Lodak Kharchu. Lodak Kharchu is one of the sacred places of Guru Padma Sambhava. He went there for 3 years retreat, 3 years seclusion. One has to stay 3 years in the cave. In Lodak Kharchu, there was there is a place or cave, and in that cave he stayed for 3 years retreat. So during his retreat, he fell ill, seriously fell. He fell ill, and but he there he continued his practice and retreat. He never gave up his practice, and so he faced also at the end of his retreat year or time, end of the retreat, also he faced great obstacles of demons, many demons and spirits hindering him from practicing, and that he shouldn't be succeed in his practice. So that's we call Maya. When you practice seriously, there are many obstacles. That's for spiritual people, it's normal incidents. So but he how to say, with unwavering determination and fully dedicated meditation state of mind, called upon his master Lingchen Eba. Lingchen Eba appeared in person in front of him and blessed him, and then he at the very early in the morning realized the highest realization of Mahamudra, highest insight we call, or highest enlightenment. He realized Mahamudra realization in that very cave, so you know what I mean. So he was really realized. He became a realized master, we call it. Okay, so here I would like to stop for a while, and in the next video I would like to continue his biography. So stay with me, and thank you for watching.